Hi Capricorn, this is Morgan with Compass Rose Astrology, and today we're going to be going through the astrology and the tarot of the month of May 2023. And in these videos I go through the astrology aspects and transits that might be affecting you the most, and then after that I draw in the tarot and see if we can come up with a story, see maybe what houses and planets might be activated for you most this month, and see what you might be experiencing. And then last I pull an oracle card for you, and with that is like a kind of final message from the universe to kind of tie everything in that you might really need to hear right now. I do these videos from the rising sign perspective, so you can see over here that Capricorn is on the ascendant in the first house. So these are general readings. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you're looking to, if like nothing resonates for you here, like feel free to watch your sun or your moon video. Depending on your birth chart, you might have those planets or houses activated most for you at this point in time. So that might provide a more kind of holistic, a little bit more personalized experience in reading for you. And also, I do want to apologize. This isn't my normal setup, as you can see. So just bear with me. Next month I will have my normal kind of setup and all that good stuff. And I don't have my cleansing tools either, but I did do a pre-shuffle. And I brought in the intentions to clear any negative energy and just provide clear, constructive, positive messages here for you, Capricorn. And so yeah, with that being said, let's just kind of jump into the transits for you. So first thing first, you finally got Pluto out of your first house, which is wonderful, but Pluto is going to be moving retrograde on the 1st. It's going to be turning retrograde and will enter back into your first house in June on the 12th. But basically for the month of May, whatever you might be experiencing over here in your second house, like finances, investments, food, whatever you consume or do on a daily basis, will start to take kind of a slower turn, and you might find yourself having to redo some of the things in relation to this house once they move back towards your first. And we have let me put them like this. So we have you Capricorn are ruled by Saturn, and that's hanging out over here in your third house, in the same sign as Neptune. So nothing crazy going on over here, but Saturn is in your third house, so that's important to keep in mind. We do have, let's see, we have a full moon eclipse happening over here in your 11th house of Scorpio. And this means that the nodes are still kind of like balancing between Taurus and Scorpio here, like they have been for the past year, I think. And we just had a solar eclipse over here in Aries. And so this means that these two houses, within just this little like 2-week eclipse cycle, was ruled by Mars. And so Mars is over here in your 7th house, so you probably have had a lot going on in terms of your relationships, or maybe someone that you are in a relationship with has had a lot of like Martian experiences recently. But Mars will be moving out of the 7th and into the 8th house, so you can see a lot of karma around the other person, other people in your life, and maybe their debt to you, or what their karmic debts, how they affect you, stuff like that. And we also have Venus will be moving up with Mars for a little bit in Cancer, and then Mars is going to move out, but Venus will be over here in your 7th house, and I really think that indicates a lot of really nice experiences here for you with your 7th house experiences. So if you're in a relationship, it can bring a lot of really wonderful love and balance and harmony. And if you're not in a relationship, it could kind of put more of a focus on coupling up or finding someone that you want to like kind of connect with, basically. And we also have Jupiter heading out into the 5th house for a year. We'll be here until like May 25th, I think. And we'll be traversing through your 5th house, bringing lots of creativity, fun, pleasure, sex, and kind of creations, basically. And so there's a big stellium over here for a while, and then the Sun and Mercury will move out. But yeah, so I think that's a good kind of overview. We'll see what kind of lights up in for you in the tarot. Okay, that was actually really quick. I think Spirit has a lot to say for you right now. So we start off with the Star. We have the Five of Wands and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, okay. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so the Star is a wonderful card, a wonderful major arcana card to get. And so I think what you've been going through recently has been revolving around, I want to say it's going to be your first 3 houses. You'll have your first, second, and third. So this is really personal to you and also relates to family, friends that are like family. If you have like kind of a found family in your life, it could be people that you consider like brothers or sisters. And this also indicates a lot about it's indicative of what you put out into the universe, you kind of get back. It's a more of a like ethereal kind of lifelong drive and goal. Something in your mind has been driving you for most of your life. I want to say there's been like a hope or a dream, a wish, a goal that has really have had you enraptured basically for a long time. This could even be just an experience that made you feel like kind of like an out of body sort of experience, and maybe you felt really, really disconnected for a long time. You know, that's honestly what I'm getting here the most, is that you've maybe felt like having not an out-of-body experience, but just feeling really detached and unable to kind of connect. And what is that word? Disassociated? I feel like that was something that you have felt recently, and it made you really feel disconnected basically from maybe your entire support system. It could be that you don't know who you can really turn to. In all honesty, maybe there have been some like really nerve-wracking situations that make you feel even more and more disconnected, and just not supported and feeling not isolated, because it's not like you feel like left behind or anything. Like, I do think that there are people there and that there are situations there that allow you to have some sort of foundation and a base, but you do feel like you've gone through some experience that has had you really just feeling away from people. Like, maybe people just don't understand some of the things that you've gone through. Maybe people don't understand where you're coming from or what you're trying to tell them. And it's not through your lack of trying or their lack of trying. There's just like this kind of like unseen barrier that has caused some amount of kind of emotional discontent here for you. And it does, wow. Spirit has a lot to say for you today. Wow, okay. Let's get one more card here for Sagittarius. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna put that off to the side. So one more card here for Sagittarius. Okay, so we did have this 10 of Pentacles turned around in the deck, and usually that doesn't happen, and I just noticed that, so it wasn't like that when I was doing my pre-shuffle. So there might be something revolving around, let's see. Excuse me. Yeah, I do think this is still coming back to what you do on a daily basis, how you invest in yourself. And perhaps there's just been like this kind of slow realization that perhaps you were feeling a little obligated towards other people, and now you're finally being able to take the time to kind of put into your own routine and like not in a bad way. Like maybe before you just realized that you were always doing things for other people, and now you kind of have to put time in for yourself. And we have like 2 more major arcanas happening here. And so we have the Emperor, we have the Lovers, and then we have the 7 of Wands. And perhaps I think that here you're showing up as the Emperor, which is usually an Aries card. But I really think this energy is being activated for you right now because we did have that eclipse over in Aries. And I think you're beginning to kind of like take on this role where you have to be this independent, strong, kind of patronly, like guardian, basically. And it's kind of making you feel a little bit separate from others. And it's not an area of your life that you might feel totally comfortable in, but it's also something that was built for you, Capricorn. I think this is the sort of energy that maybe you've been working towards embodying, and it could be in an entrepreneurial kind of a spirit if you're trying to get something off the ground or trying to kind of allow yourself to be the leader here. And it's, like I said, it's not really the most comfortable or most familiar space that you're in right now, but you are coming out like guns a-blazing. And I think it's really allowing you to step into your own power. And if this is in regards to a relationship, so we do have the Lovers card here, and we do have Mars activated as well in your 7th house. So I really think that there might be someone here that could be allowing you to step in, not allowing you, but like giving you the room to really step into your power. And maybe before you weren't even sure if that existed for you. And I do honestly still feel like there might be that kind of weird, strange barrier that was up for you before, but it's slowly breaking down due to this really wonderful connection that you have in your life. And it's allowing you to kind of take a stand for the things that you need and need to support yourself rather than just kind of supporting other people, which you were really good at, Capricorn. Like, I'm really getting these vibes where you're like an incredibly compassionate, hard worker and dedicated person. Like, if you say yes to something, you're going to do it. And I think that maybe sometimes people can take advantage of that, and you're beginning to understand that sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes you have to step into your own power instead of being in service to others all the time. Sometimes in order to best serve them, you have to step into your own sense of leadership and own your own life basically first before you can help them. Wow, oh my god, you have so many cards coming out for you, Cap, and they're coming out so quickly. So what we have coming up for you here, we have the Queen of Swords, we have the Hanged Man, we have the Nine of Cups, and then we have the Tower card. So you are full of major arcana here. We have the Hanged Man and the Tower. I think so I think what this means so when we have the Hanged Man and the Tower, what this indicates to me is that there's going to be especially paired with the Queen of Swords. So I think here you're going to be showing up as the Queen of Swords in this next kind of phase of your life. And what that means is that you're a very honest, kind of, you know, I'll be honest, sometimes you can kind of come off as a little cold, maybe stoic, and just like without much expression, but it's not out of the same weird disconnect that was causing anxiety up here. It's more out of an understanding of your boundaries and your personification in your existence in regards to other people's. And it's like having a strong line between supporting everyone else's lives over supporting your own. There can be both, and there's a good balance here. But I think you're going to be, in order to kind of like sit into this good like 9 of Cups, like emotional support, self-compassion, and self-support, which you're going towards, there's going to be an urge from the universe to maybe not react as quickly possibly as you have in the past. And especially with this Tower card, so this is like lots of information, lots of thoughts, racing thoughts, like kind of harried thoughts, feeling like, oh, I have to do this now, oh, I have to respond now, oh, I have to do this for them now. But the Hanged Man is just saying, take patience and don't, like, having that frantic energy isn't always serving you or others. Like, sure, it puts you in the control of other people when there's a lack of groundedness and a lack of foundation, and universe is urging you to sit and just exist in all the stuff that is coming in your way so that you can make that decision properly on what you actually want and how you want to embody your life going forward. This is very much kind of a growing, stepping into that really strong, powerful masculine energy. And this isn't, there is no gender association here. It's not like male or female or anything, or, you know, on that spectrum. This is just the masculine energy and the qualities that come with masculinity. It's about, you know, creating a strong foundation for you and your loved ones. It's about understanding who you are, understanding your limits, but also understanding your strengths and how far to give. And it's also about like knowing what you stand for and what you can do, what you can't do, and also going for it. Like, there's just this energy here of being allowed to kind of really step into that masculine energy rather than being so like passive and taking all these thoughts and all these requests and all these expectations and obligations. Like, there's like a message here of not allowing other people to control you by giving into all of the stuff that's coming towards you all every day at once. And also, I do think that this might be a message saying to be careful about the sorts of information and entertainment that you bring in, because there might be a lot of like social media that kind of causes some frazzled thoughts, stuff like that, or stories or news, whatever. So what message? We have the Swan card. All right, so this is your Oracle card. I am going to read from the guidebook so that I don't miss anything here for you. Okay, this is the Winterseer Animal Companion book. And the keywords here are beauty, elegance, transformation, guidance, confidence, and otherworldliness. The graceful swan is an international symbol of beauty and elegance. These large waterfowl feature prominently in many Celtic and Nordic tales of transformation and shapeshifting. Among the most famous is these tales of the Swedish tale of Volund, in which 3 Finnish princes were out hunting when they came across 3 women spinning flax on the shore of a woodland lake. Near each woman were the white feather garments they wore in daily life, for they were Valkyries. The brothers took the Valkyries to their dwellings where they lived together for a time. After 7 years, the women became restless. They donned their feathers and flew off in search of battle, for at heart they were warrior goddesses and could not be domesticated. In the Scottish Highlands, swans were said to be the reincarnation of women who had been ill-treated in life. Treating these swans well was seen as an effort to make up for the hardships they had endured, and to do so would bring you luck. In most cultures, it is considered unlucky to kill a swan, and in England, swans are considered royal birds, all of which belong to the Queen. Harassing or harming a swan is punishable by law. In a reading, at times it may be challenging to find beauty in yourself or the world. We all have days when we struggle to find value in ourselves, when we are awkward, depressed, or too focused on our flaws. Likewise, the world can be a large and dismal place that may seem full of ugliness and ignorance. Finding beauty is a discipline, but the pursuit is worthwhile. The spirit of the swan is one of transformation and kindness to yourself and others. It may take work to find beauty. It may require you to set aside your preconceived notions about what beauty means. Allow yourself to connect to the otherworldly. Allow yourself to see the so-called flaws in the world as an essential part of the fabric of existence. And remember the value of kindness, which is always beautiful. Oh, I love that for you, Capricorn. I think that's a beautiful, wonderful way to end your reading. And I think the universe definitely had a lot to say for you here. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching these videos. I really, really appreciate you. And I'm so happy that these found you and that you're here. And please leave any comments if there's anything here that resonates with you, or if you have any stories you want to share. And I can't wait to see you in our next video. Bye.